Hey, third graders, we are winding down and we're doing something kind of fun today called averages. And you've maybe heard before they figured out the average of this and this. So you are going to figure out how to find an average of some scores, okay? So it says show your work. They have some numbers. They're not really scores, they're just numbers. But we're going to take all the numbers and we're going to find the average of those three numbers. So let's look up here. It says, here's how you can find the average or the mean. So you're going to learn next year in fourth grade, and we do this at the very end of third grade, that average means the same as the word mean. So you want to remember that the average, you might see either of those words on a test and they mean the same thing, okay? There are two steps. Step one is to find the sum, and we know that sum means plus, okay? So we're going to add up the numbers. The second step is to divide the sum by the number of add-ins. And add-ins is just a fancy word for numbers, okay? We're going to do one together, and right now it might seem hard, but it's going to be very easy for you, okay? Let's look at A, because there isn't really a number one, it's A. All right, so we have three numbers, and we remember that step one was to find the sum of the numbers. So I need you to write 6 plus 5 plus 7 on your paper. That's our step one, okay? And go ahead and add those up. Okay, and then we're going to get to step two. See if you can add those up before Mrs. Hagan adds up her numbers. Okay? Right. Did you get 18? I bet you did. And what was step two? Step two, I have to look back up here. It says divide the sum. That's the 18 that I just got right here. Take that 18 and divide it by the number of add-ins. And when they say the number of add-ins, they want to know how many numbers are right here. How many numbers do you see there? I see 1, 2, 3. So that's the number that I'm going to divide by, is 3. And that will then give me my average of all three numbers. Okay? What is 18 divided by 3? You can use your chart, or you might know that one. See if you can get it written down. Did you get 6? Okay, so 6 then, I take that number and I write it up here, because those three numbers, 6, 5, and 7, if I average them, the average would be 6, okay? Sometimes you might want to take bowling scores maybe and see what the average was of a team, okay? There's lots of times that you might want to figure out averages, okay? And so when you're doing these, notice that the number of add-ins can change, because this one we're going to end up dividing by 4 because there's 4 numbers, right? This one we're going to be dividing by 3 because there's 3 numbers. So this number right here can change depending on how many numbers they give you, okay? Step one will always be the same. Step one, we will always be adding all the numbers, okay? So we're going to do one of them that has more numbers, okay? So I'm not going to pick the biggest one down there, but we're going to work on D right now. So what was step one? Add up your numbers. So you need to show me your work, okay? That's step one. Add them up, okay? And then take your time and add them up. And then write it on the line, maybe before I do, right? All right, so did you get 28? Now I'm not done. That's not my average. I need to take that number, bring it down here, and divide by, who remembers what I divide by? I divide by however many numbers there were. So let's look up here. How many numbers were there? There were 4 numbers. So that's what I'm going to divide by. And then I will get my average. I'm going to let you do that one on your own and then move your answer up to the line. Okay? So, pretty good day here. Mrs. Higgins leaving you with 4 to do by yourself. Okay? And just remember to always watch how many numbers there are for step 2. Okay, 5 numbers when you get to F. Fun. So that is our video for today. And remember that this worksheet is one that you're going to have to put in Notability, or your parents can print it for you too. Thanks, guys.